Hey everybody, or hey y'all. After doing Tracy's talking tag, I was like, I do say y'all a lot in common conversation, but I realized when I do my Flosstube videos, I don't ever say, anyway. So what I'm here for today is something that I had said I was not going to do. I had actually thought about it a lot and was like, no, I have way too many starts already. It's going to cause too much anxiety. I don't need to do that. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing Stitch Maynia. But not like the original idea of Stitch Maynia, to my understanding, is May 1st through 15th, a new start every single day. So that leaves you with 15 brand new starts once it's over. People, it seems though, are doing less or more, or just, Stitch Maynia is what you want to make it, as long as it's kind of a crazy stitching, as long as it's manic, as long as it's some kind of stitching mania. So I thought long and hard about it, and I was digging through my stash the other day as I was putting away those new Bothy Threads kit, and I saw a couple of pieces in there, and I was like, I really want to start that. I really want to start that too. And that got my brain to working. Like, I sat up the other night, like in bed, lying there, pairing things I wanted to start with fabrics that I already had in my head. Like, I didn't go to sleep for like an hour. Tell me I'm not the only crazy person that does this. Okay, so here's my plan. I have it all mapped out on my laptop, which is just right down here. 8 new starts. I'm going to spend 2 days on each new project, May 1st through the 15th. So like May 1st I'll start something, May 3rd I'll start something, May 5th, each odd day. And then I'll get to what I'm going to do after that once I show you all my new starts. So let's start with project number 1. Are you guys ready? Can you tell I'm excited? This one is one that when I found it, like I snagged it. All of these, not all of these, a lot of these are like out of print charts that I've either had before they were out of print, or I have found on eBay and snagged over the years and been like, yoink, I'm getting that. This one I love. This one is one I am so super psyched about starting, and I'm sure I have showed it. I know I've showed it on Instagram. This is by the Primitive Needle, which the designer was Lisa Roswell, which I know I've discussed before and other people have discussed. She actually passed away rather tragically. So that's why her stuff is out of print now. She's no longer with us. And Black Sky is a mourning sampler. mourning, like grieving. So it's a mourning sampler that I believe that she did in conjunction with the lady over at Not Forgotten Farms. But here is what it looks like. There we go. I love this piece. I think it is absolutely amazing. I may change the colors of this alphabet and stuff here because I want to be able to see it better. But I'll read you the verse that's on it. It's my favorite part about this piece. It says, our pleasures are born but to die. It's really hard to see in this picture. I'm excited about stitching it up. We're taking it out because Emily can't read that. It's just not happening. Our pleasures are born but to die. They are tied to our hearts but to sever. And like stars streaking across a black sky, turn their brightest when fading forever. That's beautiful. I love it. I adore it. I think it's fantastic. This one was stitched in like some specialty threads that I'm not going to use. Some things I can see really wanting to do like a variegated thread for. This one I'm choosing a modeled fabric for, and I'm just going to use the the DMC threads. So I think I have most of them. I might have to pick up like a thread or two. So, Black Sky Morning Sampler by the Primitive Needle. And I plan on doing it on a 32 count Picture This Plus Ancient. I think it's going to look pretty cool. So that's day 1 and 2 of Stitch Maynia. Alright, are you guys ready? Are you excited? I'm actually going to take stuff out of plastic to make this easier. Okay, so May 3rd, for days 3 and 4 of my Stitch Maynia, Prairie Moons. And I've seen this. I know Mackenzie has this because I remember when she showed it on her video. I was like, I have that. I want to start it. Prairie Moons, To Follow You, I Am Not Content. It says, to follow you, I am not content. How do I know which way you went? I actually placed an order for this one through 123 Stitch, which they're usually really, really fast. So cross your fingers that I get this in time. If I do not get the threads in time, this may bump to later in my plans. But this was actually stitched in all Weeks Dye Works threads. And I really like the variegation in this. This is one where I think it should be there. The only one I did not buy is black. I'm just going to do the black and black. So I have lots of black. But there's like Weeks Dye Works Pebble and Havana, Charcoal, Tin Roof, Mulberry, Onyx, Pelican Gray. Yeah, this will be my first specialty threads. I'm excited. So, and I plan on stitching that on Picture This Plus 32 count Cauldron. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. I had gotten this piece of Cauldron and it wasn't quite what I expected it to be, so I'd stuck it in my stash thinking, oh, I'll figure out something to do with it. And then late one night, as I was thinking about what I can match with what, wanting to do Stitch Maynia, it came to me. I kind of feel like they were meant to be together. The things that I think of at 1 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so May 5th. This is a piece that I purchased on Etsy, and it's one that I'm going to make for my sister. Cheryl, if you were watching, you need to like go away for like a minute or two because this is going to be part of your birthday. I'll give you a second. All right. Something that she and I both say all the time, whether it's related to work or family drama or whatever it is, like we're both like, not my circus, not my monkeys. I'm not even going to worry about that. That is so not something that I can control. So I found this chart on Etsy from the shop is Rebel Cherry. Not my circus, not my monkeys. It's really simple, and you can see it was an inexpensive chart. I just printed like a page shot because what you get is the chart. So this is what they show you, so I'm not worried about showing this. I think she's gonna love it, and I'm probably gonna stitch it in black on this piece of hand-dyed little sample that I got. When I won the Cross Stitch and Discuss giveaway last December, Stitches and Spice, which is an Australian dyer, sent me, along with the piece that I had chosen, some little like sample pieces. Just big enough for stuff like this. I'm assuming this is big enough for this. This is a 36 count. I can't imagine that it wouldn't fit. I haven't figured it out yet, but this is my plan. Happy birthday, sis. So 2 days on that. Who knows? I might even be able to finish that in 2 days, which would be pretty dang exciting. Okay. Another one that I'm really excited about starting that's been in my stash for forever, that I bought just because, well, number one, I like the designer. who doesn't produce anymore, and everything that they ever did is out of print. And number two, because it was one of their pieces where you just look at it and go, huh? It's so weird. I love it. It's fantastic. So this is Crinkle Crinkle. This is by the Goode Huswife, which is a designer that I think is pretty fantastic. I'm going to be starting this on May 7th. The Bird Keeper. It's a lady with birds in her bottom section. The bottom of her does not exist. She is merely a cage for birds. I love her. I think she's great. I actually had a couple of fabrics that I thought maybe for this, but because I love this chart so much, I bought just a little tiny, like 13 by 17 when I was ordering those threads for To Follow You, I'm Not Content. I bought a piece of Picture This Plus Earthen. It's kind of like sand. Yeah, baby, come here. Buster. It's like desert sand colors of modeling. So I didn't want anything that was going to overpower the fact that she is so freaking weird. I wanted hand dyed, but nothing too much. So I think that Earthen is what Tracy is doing her Angel of Love on. So if you want an idea of what that looks like, you can check out her Instagram or her videos for Angel of Love. Mm-hmm. Weird bird lady. The next one, Mom, if you're watching, you're not going to want to see this one because there's a little bit of profanity. And if anybody else is watching that does not like profanity, maybe you shouldn't watch this part either. This is another Etsy buy that I had that I thought one day I'm just going to knock that out, and it's probably going to go on my desk at work. Stitched by Rebecca. I do not spew profanities. I enunciate them clearly like an effing lady. And yeah, I'll put this on my desk at work because actually my boss will love this. She might take it from me. So I'm going to change up the colors into some colors that are really me. And I had some 36 count Picture This Plus Heritage left over from Hockran Hollow. And I'm going to use part of this to put this on and really let the colors pop. Probably some jewel tones or something, or really deep earth tones, but something that'll pop on here. So that is for May 9th. May 11th. Stephanie, this one is for you. I'm going to do Dear House. Yeah, I'm going to start this one. Dear House by Carriage House Samplings. It says, Dear House, you are really very small, just big enough for love, that's all. We live in a townhouse. It is tiny. It is big enough for us. We keep house shopping and looking at houses. One day, probably. But right now, I'm really quite happy here. I actually entertained the idea of getting the variegated threads for this. I have not chosen floss for this at all. I'm not sure what I'll do. But I do know that my new favorite neutral for me is dill. It's going on this piece of clearance dill that I had bought from 123 Stitch a while ago. This is a 32 count dill. So I'm going to plop it on here. Probably the house being in a dark blue or teal. Like I was thinking maybe like DMC 500. Are you guys like nerdy like me and I can say DMC 500 and you're like, oh yeah, that's pretty. And then maybe like an orange or yellow on the inside, because I do like the contrast between the blue and the yellow, but I changed the shades a bit. May 11th. And that is start number 6. Still got 2 more. This is another Good Huswife. I got this one on eBay, and you know, I'm sure several of the ones that I got are totally like not originals and ones that people have photocopied, and I purchased them. I don't care. Once I received this one, I was like, yeah, this is definitely a photocopy. Because once I looked more at the chart, I think that the original background was green and this one is white, unless there was a reprint I'm unaware of. Anyway, so the Good Huswife Book of Spells. This is my Friday the 13th start. You knew I had to theme it. They're all kind of creepy and weird anyway, because that's just kind of my style. But this felt very Friday the 13th, especially because of the black cat and the big 13. But Book of Spells. Ghouls, fairies, bats, and owls hear the ghastly shrieks and howls. While the night is cold and chill, witches wander forth at will. And then in the middle it says, by the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. I also broke down and bought specialty threads for this one, because it just needs them. It just needs them. Although I think that the way that whoever probably illegally reproduced this one printed it, I think that these colors are off. Because when I was pulling up the colors, it's like Gentle Art Simply Shaker and Gentle Art sampler threads is what is used in this. And as I was pulling them up on 123 Stitch and looking at them, I was like, that's orange. Yeah, they're more... We'll see. They may look different online, and when I get them, they're not like what I saw online or on here. But that's what I'm going to use. I'm kind of psyched about it. I'm going to use regular black, because to me, black is black. And I have a shit ton of it. There's Weeks Dye Works Terracotta, Gentle Art Simply Shaker Ginger Snap, Gentle Art Sampler Threads Copper, and then also through them... or through Simply Shaker Onyx, Simply Shaker Soot, Aged Pewter, and Tin Bucket. I think it was, I know it was the Aged Pewter. I couldn't find that. This either 123 Stitch doesn't carry it, or they don't make that one anymore. It says that its equivalent is DMC 646. So I'll probably just use DMC 646 for the Aged Pewter, because it's actually not on this chart very much, so it won't be a big deal. But, and when I found this on eBay, I actually found this on eBay at the same time, like a really weird, perfect size piece. And it's dyed, this is a silk weaver, Wexford linen, 32 count golden honey, which I think just has that, I think it's kind of perfect. It doesn't have extreme modeling, but I'm totally cool with that, with pieces where I'm going to use variegated threads. But it definitely has some modeling going on. And I might carefully choose where I position the design on this. I kind of want to squeal like a little girl, like, because I'm so excited about this. That's how big of a nerd I have gotten to be with stitching. Hope you guys are happy. It's not your fault. I was like this before I knew you. Okay. Last start. And this is going to be one that I start on May the 15th. And I think May the 15th is a Sunday. I think it is. Let's see. Yes. And I specifically am starting this on a Sunday because I want good daylight to start this. I said I was going to start this forever ago when I bought it, and I didn't. Damn it, I'm starting it now. I'm doing it. Carriage House Samplings, The Curse of the Raven. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Brief cat time. Yeah. Yeah, you sit there, you can help me. So Carriage House Samplings, Curse of the Raven. And it's ashes to ashes to... He wants to be a star. He said Dad got his chance in the spotlight. He needs in there too. Yeah, check it out, buddy. So there's that. Okay, we're... yeah, don't knock down the camera. I know you want to be a star. Okay, so this chart on 40 count Havana, 40 count, 36 I'm cool with, 46 or 36 I do all the time, but this shit is crazy. So I'm gonna start it on a Sunday with my ot light, with all of my windows and curtains and everything open, and I may end up buying some of those Magis that all of you guys have to finish this because it's crazy. But it's gonna be so tiny and cute on this. But this is DMC, and this only has like 5 colors in it. So super easy start, and I think I already have all of them. All right. So Buster, we'll tell everybody what the plan is for after I have all of these new starts. I kind of feel like I'm going to have that mindset that I'm neglecting all of my other whips. So I have figured out a way to just completely go insane in May, and I am going to... Okay, well, Buster's going to eat my finger. I am going to touch every single active whip the rest of the month. Ow! At least 1 or 2 days on every single piece that I have, starting May 17th until the end of the month. I've already plotted out a schedule, so I'll kind of tell you guys what my plan is. May 17th and 18th, which is a Tuesday and a Wednesday, I'm going to work on Hawkhorn Hollow because I suck a lot and haven't worked on that in who knows when, and me and Ed were the ones who started that stitch along, and I'm behind, and it is what it is. On May 19th and 20th, which I'm looking at where I've got it written on my laptop, 19th and 20th, which is the Thursday and Friday, I'm going to work on the red and the black too, which you guys probably haven't even ever seen because it's been that long since I've worked on it. The red and the black too is a Prairie moon pattern, and it's not completely monochromatic. It's all black with like some pops of color. Okay, you don't get in there. With some pops of color. I'm like 2/3 of the way done with it, and I love stitching on it. I have no idea why I haven't touched it in like half a year. So that's gonna get 2 days, and then I'm going to do Heaven and Earth Design Saturdays. So the first Saturday that I'm doing the whip rotation is going to be the 21st, and I'm gonna work on Summer by Alphonse Mucha. I'm going to do a solid day's work on that. The next day, Sunday, I'm going to do a solid day's work on Mermaid's Folly. And then the next Monday and Tuesday, which will be the 23rd and the 24th, I'm going to pull back out my Mirabilia I haven't touched in ages. which is Circle of Friends. It's the one with the 3 girls kind of frolicking with the rose petals all around them. And like, once I had started the 1/1 skin, first 1/1 skin I had ever done on those three scantily clad ladies, I put it down. I haven't touched it again. And my plan for that has been, I'm covered in hair, Buster. Covered in hair. You have no remorse. Okay, you can get back up here. My plan for Circle of Friends was that I was going to stitch like a strand over 1/1 a day until I finished the skin. I could do it. Have I done it? No. So I'm going to spend 2 days on that and knock some skin out. And maybe some hair and some other stuff. Just get some progress in Circle of Friends. And then the 25th and the 26th, which is a Wednesday and Thursday, I'm going to reward myself for doing that much on Circle of Friends and probably that much 1/1 skin by going back to Josephine, otherwise known as Romantic Mademoiselle. And then the next, I'm going to spend 2 days on her. And then that Friday, I'm going to switch to the full coverage pinup piece, Relaxing in the Tub with a Book. Honestly, I have not worked on that piece again because that is the only piece I have on Ada, which I have no problem with, but I'm so used to working with linen. Yes, honey. I'm so used to working with linen that pushing my needle through Ada, a full coverage, blistered my finger. Like, I have like a callus on this finger now. And it's, so I gave my finger some healing time from that one. So 1 day on it, and then I'm moving. The next day is a Saturday. So I'm going to be working on my Heaven and Earth design, Altered, by Anne Yvonne Gilbert. And then as a reward for working on 2 full coverage pieces 2 days in a row, I'm going to switch on Sunday to August Peridot Fairy and work on her for 2 days because she is just a joy to work on. And then I'm finishing up the month by pulling back out Angel of Love on May 31st. And we all know once I touch Angel of Love, I never want to put her down, which is why I'm putting her on the last day of the month, so I'll probably stitch on her for like a week after that. Like, so tired of switching projects every other day or every day that I'll just knock some of her out for like a week straight. So those are my plans for May. Hopefully that did not completely bore you guys after I've talked for like almost 30 minutes about what I'm going to stitch from day to day. I have more news. I'm going to start trying to do a vlog, like a stitching vlog. I have filmed a little bit of footage, and actually before I filmed this, I uploaded it, finally figured out how to upload it on my computer, pulled the right cord out that was like would actually transfer data. And got it on Windows Movie Maker and putting things together. So cross your fingers that you guys actually ever get to see that footage. So that's in the works. That will probably be uploaded the next video you guys see at the end of April if everything goes right. And I have a very happy cat in my lap who's getting fed. I wonder if you guys can hear him purring. There was once a time when Buster never didn't purr. From the time that I got him as a kitten to like 3 years ago, it was just his state of being. He purred. And when he was sleeping, he might snore instead of purring. Yeah, he's got to go check out that plane. And I'm completely covered in white fur. But then he had a companion. he was the baby and she was like his big sister. And about 3 years ago, she was very young, but she got cancer, and it was very quick, very quick. And that's when, I know this is so sad, but that's when Buster stopped purring all the time when we had to put her to sleep. And then we got Dharma a few months later, thinking that that would kind of lift his mood and he wouldn't grieve all the time. And then he was like, screw you guys, I really hate you. Now I'm not the kitten anymore, and you brought this little ball of crap into the house. But now they love each other. He still occasionally tries to murder her, even though I like repeatedly remind him we have a no murder rule in our household. Yeah, I'm talking about you. He still tries to murder. So one last thing I want to show you guys that I'm going to add on to the end of this, and then that will be it. I actually have 2 FFOs. Hold, please. I don't have backing on this, but it is in the frame. It's in the frame. I framed my Hocus Pocus myself. Sorry you're getting all kinds of glare. I pinned it, and you can see the fabric on the back of the foam core. I've got to cover the back of this, but that's all that I have left to do. I think it turned out pretty well. That fabric has some issues anyway. So there wasn't a whole lot I could do to fix some of the issues there. This one, it's the same thing. It just needs like backing put on it, but it's pinned and in the frame. As I'm putting it back together. Actually, I think I did an okay job on this one. I really love this one. This is the one that I finished last year sometime with the 1/1 All Hallows Eve on it. Oh, and the other one, you guys know what it was. It's Prairie Schoolers Hocus Pocus. This is Barbara Anna Design's Rampant Cats sampler. And if you look at the bottom, you can see the little rampant cats. I stitched this one as charted, except for the little tombstone angel at the top. She was supposed to be white, and that just, it didn't show up. And I also did some alterations to the people, particularly, and changed this initial to a J, and gave the little guy a beard, because Jim has a beard. You guys have seen him. He needed a beard. So there's that piece, fully finished. Just need to tape this onto the back. I need to go to the store and buy, like, I've seen people like screw in clamps, but I honestly think that with enough cardboard or paper backing and acid-free tape holding this back on here, I can do it. I may seriously regret that, but that's my plan. So I'm actually going to try to upload this faster than usual. Instead of uploading it directly from my phone, I am going to do what I did working on my vlog and do a video transfer to my laptop and see if it will upload faster from there. Hopefully that will decrease it from like 8 hours to 3 hours. So hopefully you guys will see this today. But hope you're as excited for my Stitch Maynia plans as I am. I hope you're excited to see a vlog from me. If you're not, sorry. And if you have any thoughts on how I should do updates for the month of May during the crazy madness, which is going to be the month of May, please let me know. Because a video every 2 weeks may end up how it happens just because of time and schedule. Or it may just be one big crazy vlog at the end of the month that goes on forever. Or I might be able to do more videos. I don't know. If you have thoughts on that, comment down below. And once this is finally uploaded to YouTube, I will, yeah, buddy, I will try to do links to the projects that I'm starting that are still available, and just information on the ones that are out of print. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.